Hello and welcome once again to Jacob's Toys 5 Minute Figure Reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe and all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. In this video we are taking a look at the X-Men wave, the Ch'od Build-A-Figure X-Men wave, and in particular Chamber. Now this is one that I've been excited for a couple of reasons, but I'll get into that in a minute. Here he is on the back of the box. You see the Build-A-Figure piece that comes with him and two extra hands, just closed fist hands. So yeah, so without further ado, let's open up that box and dive in. Now this is Jono, J-O-N-O, Jono, and he's a British mutant. Excellent to have another British mutant in the ranks, and he's tied in with X-Men, and I think it was the New Mutants as well, but he was definitely tied in with the X-Men. And essentially he can fire like blasts out of his chest, as you can see here. These are the two alternate hands that come with him, just two closed fist hands, and you get this very cool, awesome head sculpt on top of this very mix-matched, half new, half old body. But I was very excited for him because the body underneath is definitely good for a Ghost Rider custom. So I have done a video where I've done a Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider custom. You just pop the head off like that and you've got this very cool kind of undershirt and this new sculpted leather jacket. There's pinless on the arms, so there are new arms that go with the jacket, but then the bottom half of him is essentially just the suited figure that we've had many times before, with the same shoes, the same belt, the same pins and all the rest of it. It would have been nice if they'd given us some new trousers, maybe sort of a bit more like some baggier jeans and maybe some boots or something, and really made him into like a biker look. But for the sake of the character, this look does work, and he does make for a very cool custom. I've seen people use this jacket for Blade customs, I've seen people use it for Ghost Rider customs like myself, but it makes for a very good base for Ghost Rider. Now this head sculpt is pretty unique and very kind of unique to the character. The headpiece doesn't come out of the flame, but you've got this great big kind of explosion coming out of his mouth and chest, that goes all the way back up and engulfs behind his head, and the paintwork on the eyes and the kind of scarring around his eyes is really spot on, and I think that they've really done this character justice, because this is a character that on the page looks absolutely fantastic, looks really good illustrated, and how they were going to do it in figure form was definitely going to be a challenge, but I think the sculptors and the designers have actually done a pretty good job with him. As I said, he's, if you're an X-Men collector, then this is definitely one to pick up because he does fit in with your X-Men. And if you're building the Build-A-Figure, then obviously you're going to have to pick him up as well. But I think there is definitely a lot of reuse ability in this figure. So much so that I picked two up because I used one for my Ghost Rider custom and kept one as Chamber. There's not much flexibility in regards to posing because the headpiece is kind of an effect piece at the same time. So it's pretty limited in regards to posing. You can kind of have him like this and just kind of a combination of different arm and leg movements. It would have been good maybe if they'd done a powered down head. I know in the comic books he wore various different kind of face coverings, like he wore like a mask, like a full-on mask under the bottom half of his mouth, kind of like Sub-Zero Scorpion type thing out of Mortal Kombat. There was other comic books where he wore like a scarf kind of thing around his mouth, so it would have been good to maybe have had a powered down version of the head as well with that mask on, so that you could have two options, and maybe even some more fire effect pieces that went with him, or some kind of base piece that comes out of his chest. I don't know, there's lots of opportunity, but with that said, I actually think that the designers and the sculptors have done a pretty good job of translating this from page to physical form, but there was definitely potential to do a lot more. He's definitely worth picking up even if you're a casual collector, because the base body underneath is definitely a reusable one. You could use this on so many different characters, and it's really nice to have some new sleeves for the jackets as well, so pinless sleeves that go with this jacket. There is a little bit of detail on there as well, but because it's a black jacket it doesn't really stand out. This is pretty much the pose that I'll have him in on the shelf. As I said, a bit limited in regards to posing, but he looks cool. The flame effect is translucent, but it is very thick, so the light doesn't pass through it incredibly well, but you could get a little bit of light through that if you wanted. It's that translucent kind of orange plastic. But overall, he's a very cool looking character. He was definitely one of the ones that I was most anticipating for this wave when I saw the production shots and the promo shots, and I don't think that he disappoints at all. think the detail on the face is really, really nice, and the detail on the jacket is even better. So yeah, definitely a good figure overall. Please do like, share, subscribe, and all of those things, and do check out my channel for some other 5-minute figure reviews. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you soon.